aren't going to be many people in royal blue believing Carolina can win Saturday night, but you know what? The only people that actually matter? Just us.
This is Tyler Zeller, and you're listening to Locked On Tar Heels.
You are Locked On Tar Heels, your daily podcast on the UNC Tar Heels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey there, what's up? It's Friday, March 6, 2026. Welcome into the Locked On Tar Heels podcast, the only daily North Carolina show out there. I'm your host, Isaac Schade. You're joining me at the place to get your Tar Heels content every single day. It's all part of the Locked On Network, now the #1 sports podcast network out there. I want to thank all of you who have joined us for making this your first listener watch every single day. Special shout out to all of our everydayers, all the members of the Locked On Tar Heels Discord, and our insiders as well. Great to have you guys. This episode's brought to you by FanDuel, who's giving you a way to turn that energy into an even bigger potential win with college basketball parlay profit boosts. Head on over to FanDuel.com right now to get started. Coming up today, we got several bits of things to get to. This is, in some ways, a house money game for a team that's already circled the wagons and made it just about them. Obviously, there's the big storyline of Caleb Wilson's availability. We'll get to our Four Corners preview of the game. I got ACC tournament tip times for you, a prediction for this game, and we'll get to our weekend whip around as well. Lots of great stuff there. A couple housekeeping items to keep you updated on. Of course, tomorrow night after the game, we are going to be live. Make sure you don't miss that. Win or lose, part of your therapy session will be together, either celebrating or misery loves companying. We'll see which one it is. Also, today, as we typically do, I've done a crossover episode with Locked On Blue Devils host JJ Jackson. You can find that. I'm going to link it up in the corner. It's going to be out around lunchtime on Friday. So if you're listening to or watching this before then, that's when that will go live. All right, let's dive right in. It's a very interesting scenario this game finds itself in. And for me, Carolina is essentially playing with house money, and here's why I say it. Carolina, just like Duke, is locked into their ACC tournament seeding. Carolina is fourth, Duke is first. Carolina is not expected to come close to winning this game. Carolina can't be really hurt resume-wise or NCAA tournament standing-wise, because it just gets to this point where your resume is pretty locked in, and a loss to the #1 team in the nation isn't going to hurt you. It can only help. That's really all this game can do. And so that's a massive win. And sure, it stinks anytime you lose to your rival. Sure, it stinks to add a 7th loss to the resume. But all things being equal, this is just an opportunity for Carolina to go out and play fast and free and loose. You know why? Because for my money's worth, all the pressure is on Duke here. Carolina already has a win. Duke is the team that's like, we've only lost twice this season, and one of them was on a buzzer beater to our arch rival. And they're feeling that pressure because they now have to do it at home to secure try to secure the #1 overall seed. And so I truly believe the pressure is in their court. And so I think that makes this an easier opportunity for Carolina to sneak in and sneak one. Here's another part of that too. Our guy R.L. Bynum wrote a great article that came out Thursday afternoon detailing how Carolina has adopted this 2-word mantra, this 2-word phrase, just us, that Coach Davis kind of gave them a notebook with all their names written in a circle where it's like, hey, keep all of us in and keep the outside noise out. People like me, right? Like, don't bother listening to what Isaac Schade is saying. We just got to focus on what we're doing. And any, other media people, whether it's local beat North Carolina stuff, national voices, whomever it is, focus in on us, our team, our staff, our support staff. That's all that matters. And what's interesting about this whole, I think all the pressure's on Duke, Carolina's playing with house money, the just us of it all. To me, I truly think that there might be an aspect to this game similar to the 2022 game that ended the regular season at Cameron. That was Coach K's last regular season game. They had an easy time with Carolina in Chapel Hill. And if you remember, it was almost like there was no thought Carolina could even come close to winning that game. It was like this crowning coronation moment for Duke. I think some folks were even surprised that Carolina even showed up at Hansbrough Indoor Stadium that day, right? It's like, oh, wait, there's actually a game. This isn't just like we just show up and Carolina forfeited. completely overlooked the Tar Heels. It was like it never even crossed their mind that it could happen. To me, that seems to be at play here again. How on earth could Cam Boozer lose twice to the Tar Heels? How could any of the, like, Zion lost twice to the Tar Heels? How could Duke lose to a Caleb Wilson-less Carolina? Or whether he plays or doesn't, just working his way back, how could we lose to a team that's without their superstar? All right, fine. Say all of that. Don't even give Carolina a second thought. If this is a moment for Carolina to play the underdog and the whipping boy, so be it. Get fat and happy and focus on that. And so I don't think there's going to be anybody in Royal Blue in Cameron Indoor Stadium, once again, Hansbrough Indoor Stadium, is going to believe that Carolina can win. But guess what? Again, just us. Perfect. Have it that way. The only people that matter that they believe they can win are the ones in the other shade of blue, the shade of blue that we like. And just us is plenty enough belief for Carolina to get out of there with this victory. And they've circled it in, they figured it out, and they are a team, man. I truly believe this Carolina team is playing for one another, doing it at a high level. Like you heard Luka vocalize that after the game the other night. Like all these threes, that wasn't about me. That was about sending Seth and Elijah out on a high note as seniors. He didn't care about his own accolades or putting his own name in lights. He just wanted to hook up his guys, man. That's what this team is about. So are we going to remember 2 years ago, Carolina goes to win the outright regular season. Cormac Ryan goes wacky in that game. Could we see a moment like that? I don't know what's going to happen. Now, obviously, a massive part of the conversation is Caleb Wilson's availability or lack thereof. Will we see him? Will we not? We don't know. In fact, earlier yesterday on Thursday, John Rothstein tweeted some words from Coach Davis. He said, Hubert Davis tells me that, quote, there's a chance, end quote. So you're telling me there's a chance, man, great Dumb and Dumber, that there's a chance Caleb Wilson could play on Saturday in North Carolina's game at Duke, depending on how the next 2 days of practice go, meaning Thursday and Friday. Coach Davis on Caleb Wilson, quote, nothing is definitive, end quote. So as I record this, we don't know. And obviously Hubert Davis is not going to tell us or the world how things went on Thursday or Friday, right? Because why on earth would you tell Duke? Now, obviously there's the injury report and you got to do all that stuff. But until that's out, like, I'm very curious to see, because Caleb's designation has been out. I would imagine he's on the other side of the ledger and it's questionable or something like that. Because I don't think you're going to give Duke the benefit of knowing whether he's fully out or fully in. That would be dumb. So I honestly, if I'm Hubert Davis, I wouldn't tell anybody until I'm releasing the lineup card and we see who's starting, right? So we don't know right now for sure, and I don't think we will, and I like it that way. All right, we got to get to our Four Corners preview, including utilizing Henri Veesaar's perimeter game. I think that could be a big asset for Carolina to spring this upset. We'll look at that and the rest of the Four Corners preview coming up here in just a second. Right after I tell you about FanDuel, college basketball, you guys, is nonstop. Big games, tight spreads, momentum swings every single night. From early tip-offs to late-night West Coast shootouts, there's always action on the board. And now FanDuel is giving you a way to turn that energy into an even bigger potential win with college basketball parlay profit boosts. You can build any college hoops parlay you want, rivalry games, ranked matchups, whatever fits your read on the games. You can mix spreads, totals, player props, whatever it is. And then you simply apply the profit boost and instantly bump up your potential payout. We don't yet have a line for Saturday's game, but how about some Final Four odds from FanDuel? Because they're very disrespectful to Carolina. I get it. Not a lot of people believe in them, but guess what? Again, just us. Duke is minus 170 to make the Final Four, while Carolina is plus 2,000. If you think getting Caleb Wilson back, putting that in order is going to be a good thing for the Tar Heels, then, excuse me, maybe that's a good thing for you to check out on. Go safe, go bold, ride with it, whatever you believe in. It's your parlay, your style, now with more upside behind it. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. Once again, that's FanDuel.com. FanDuel, play your game. This episode is also brought to you by TurboTax. It's tax time, but for a lot of us, the old way of doing taxes is, well, A lot, quite frankly. Trying to book an appointment, man, it's not the most convenient. You're sitting around in a waiting room with a stack of papers, hoping you didn't forget something. You're emailing back and forth with a tax person, wondering, like, do you really understand my tax situation? Like, what's going on here? So this year, you're getting a major upgrade. Intuit TurboTax now has in-person locations nationwide. You can meet face-to-face with a real tax expert, and your documents get uploaded straight to your TurboTax app on the spot. And just like that, you're done. Your TurboTax expert works to get you every dollar you deserve, while you get real-time notifications as you go about your day. It's the relief of walking in, meeting a real person, and walking out knowing your taxes are being handled the right way. So head to turbotax.com/local to find a store near you and book your appointment. Thanks for making Locked On Tar Heels your first listen or watch of the day, and making the Locked On Network the #1 sports podcast network out there. If you haven't already checked it out, go look at our brand new Everydayers Club. You get ad-free versions, one-on-one texting with me, special all-access episodes, and more. Check it out. Links in the show notes, lockedontarheels.supercast.com. We got to get to our Four Corners preview for this game. Obviously, we don't know about Caleb Wilson's availability, again, as we were just talking about, although I should say, I guess I should have said this when we were talking about just a second ago, the fact that Coach Davis is talking about the possibility of it, whether or not he plays tomorrow, gives me a lot of great hope for Thursday when Carolina plays in the ACC tournament for the first time. And so that's something to look forward to. You definitely, like, if at all possible, have to get him on the floor before the NCAA tournament, right? Like, that's so ideal. Anyway, Four Corners preview, here we go. Number one, I think that Henri Veesaar's perimeter game could be a very unique asset in this game. I'm reminded, go back with me to the first matchup. Derek Dixon hits the three to get Carolina within 2 at 68-65. And then there's the Henri Veesaar three that ties it off a Derek Dixon assist. I don't know if you remember that play. Go back and watch it. Malik Brown, who is known as one of the best perimeter defenders in the country, or excuse me, not perimeter, front court defenders in the country, is lackadaisical. He's slow in getting out on Henry. Hand down, like, at least he should have got his hands up. He doesn't, and Henry buries that three to tie the game with just a little bit to go. Between that and the fact that even less so than Malik Brown, Patrick Gungba's skill set is not being a perimeter defender out on Henry. And so I wonder if Carolina could use some of that schematically to float Veesaar out of the lane a little bit more, open it up even more than Carolina typically would, and allow Veesaar to either hit from outside or drive. If they get out on him, perhaps he can get around it, or if they lay off of him, bury it. Also, if they get out on him, that clears the lane even more. Boom, find cutters. Henri Veesaar had 4 assists the other night. Also, if they go way out, guess what? Seth Trimble, attack mode. As a reminder, 21 fouls drawn from Seth in the last 3 games. Get that man to the rim, right? I feel like that could be a unique thing that Carolina could do a lot of. And you don't want to abandon Henry in the post, but I think you want to alternate, like in the same way that you would alternate defenses to keep an offense on their toes and guessing. Get Henry moving a lot, right? Like, that's the thing. And utilize all that you have at your disposal there. I think that could be wildly beneficial for the Tar Heels. Four Corners preview point number 2. One of the things Carolina has to do again, just like they did last time, is hold down Isaiah Evans. Obviously, Cam Boozer's the dude, right? We all know it. He's the runaway national player of the year. It just is what it is. But one of the things that helped Carolina so much last time is that while Cam Boozer got his, the Tar Heels held down their Duke's second leading scorer, Isaiah Evans, right? Like, if this is last year, Evans, it's like Evans to Boozer as Knipple was to Cooper Flagg last year. He's the Batman, or excuse me, he's the Robin to the Batman. So for me, there's a level at which you just recognize that Cam Boozer's going to get his. You do your best on him, but pay close and careful attention to the rest of Duke and don't let them beat you. Because sure, if Cam gets 25 or whatever it is, but you can hold the rest of the Blue Devils down, awesome. Maybe you don't even double Cam Boozer, because doing so, he's a phenomenal passer. He leads the Blue Devils in assists with 4 a game. So don't force it, right? Stay home, make him beat you one-on-one. And if you do, you tip your cap and you live to fight another play. Because, one of the things I thought should happen last game is that Jarin Stevenson should be the one guarding Cam instead of Caleb, so that Caleb didn't have to deal with all that, whatever. Well, now this time, that's probably what you're going to see, because if Caleb's not playing, I should give that caveat that Jarin's on Cam Boozer. So let him go one-on-one. Cam's going to get the better of him sometimes. That just is what it is. But if you just let Jarin do his best and then stay home on everybody else, don't let Evans get going, man, that would be great. So as a reminder, last game, Isaiah Evans had 11 points on 4 of 14 shooting. You got 11, but you needed 14 shots to get there. Man, I will take that every day of the week. Just 1 of 4 from 3. But and he was in a slump at that point. But in the 7 games Duke has played since then, it's been a little bit different. He's made 2 threes or more in every single game. He shot 47.2% from 3, 25 of 53 in totality. And so it's like, so you've got to focus on him. Don't let him be the dude that beats you. So last time, interesting, I talked about Jarin on Cam Boozer. Last time, Jarin Stevenson had the initial defensive assignment on Isaiah Evans. And so this time, let's say if Caleb's not back, I think Carolina plays it a little more straight up. So, for example, Derek Dixon, instead of guarding Caleb Foster, their point guard, he had Dame Sarr last time. Seth had a Caleb Foster, and you just mixed it up in those ways. So I would kind of expect, again, if Caleb's not back, you just go Dixon on Foster, Seth on Isaiah Evans. I know Seth gives up a little bit of size to Isaiah Evans, but that defensive capability is what you need on him. And then that would put Luka on Dame Sarr, who's playing a little better offensively, I should mention. Again, Jarin on Cam Boozer, and then Henry on Pat Gongba. I think that's what you do if you're without Caleb Wilson. So I'm with that. Got to shut down Isaiah Evans again. Number 3 in the Four Corners preview, Luka Bogovac picked a great time to have his best game as a Tar Heel. Here's why. He's coming into this game having just scored 20 points, 6 threes made, and that's going to make Duke set up and pay a lot of attention and pay more defensive attention to Luka. Going to spend more time on him in the scouting report. Remember, he didn't start last game because Carolina was going big at that point with Dixon, Trimble, and then Stevenson, Wilson, Veesaar. So I think Luka's going to be more of a factor this time, almost by necessity, if Caleb's out again. How many minutes? Luka last game just played 12 minutes. He's going to play more than that this time. It's almost a guarantee. And so, can he stay hot? How does he follow up that great night he had on Tuesday? But if he can just be something of a decoy that draws attention, that's almost just as good, because who is freed up by that attention? Is it Seth getting downhill? And remember, Seth is coming off a very inefficient shooting game. He is going to be desperate, hopefully not overly desperate, because that can be worse, but to get back and have an efficient game like he had been doing and everything before that. And so I think there's a lot of potential good by Carolina just having had a great game from Luka Bogovac. But Four Corners preview point number 4, what's great is that Carolina is a vastly different team since last time they played Duke. And a lot of that is because of Caleb's injury, because so many guys have had to step up. I went back and looked at it. In the 6 games Carolina has played without Caleb, 5 different Tar Heels have either led Carolina in scoring or tied to lead Carolina in scoring, because dudes are stepping up. For the vast majority of the season, it was either Caleb or Seth, Caleb or Henry every single game, a little sprinkling of Seth here and there. But you think about it, it's not just what Luka did the other night. Think about Jonathan Powell raining threes the other day. Think about all the confidence and aggressiveness and assertiveness that Jaydon's had. Think about the way Jarin's been attacking things, double-digit rebounds the other day for just everyone feels like they're contributing in some form or another. And if Carolina's going to spring this upset again, that's going to have to be the reality yet again. Can they do it? I don't know. But I just feel like there's more capability spread out among Carolina that's going to force Duke to defend more guys this time around. And that's a win, whether or not Caleb plays, right? All right. Well, we got to get to our Duke prediction weekend whip around, but also we've got ACC tournament tip times for you. And I'm just telling you now, I hope you got some coffee, because it's going to be a late week next week. We'll get to that in just a second. Right after I tell you about Indeed, workplace chaos, your deadlines are stacking up, your email inbox is overflowing, and the one position you still need to fill is sitting there unfulfilled, and you can't get to it because you got no margin. Great news. When the pressure's on and you need the right hire, that's a job for Indeed sponsored jobs, who helps you reach the people who actually fit what you're looking for, skills, experience, location, so that you're not just hoping the right candidate is going to stumble across your post, because how often is that actually going to happen? Here's a stat that says it all. In the minute that I'm talking to you, companies just like yours have made 27 hires with Indeed, according to their worldwide data. So if you're hiring, spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, but more results. When you need the right person to cut through the noise and the chaos, that's a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. Listeners to our show get a $75 sponsored job credit to help your post get the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on Locked On Tar Heels. So again, Indeed.com/podcast, terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? That's a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. This episode's also brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Welcome to the 5 Hour Energy Flavor Draft. We're looking at every aspect of the draft to let you know which tasty flavors are the best and which might be sleepers that you want to check out as well. The board is set, the flavors are ready, and only one can take home the top spot. For me, that top spot, the number one overall draft pick, belongs to strawberry banana. I've always been a massive fan of this flavor combination, whether it's smoothies, milkshakes, yogurt, whatever it is. I love the sweetness of the strawberry. I love that kind of more tropical flavor of the banana combined with it. Dude, it fits so well. But I'm also really excited to tell you about my sleeper pick, peach mango. I'm a Georgia boy. I love a good peach flavor, but I just talked about tropical stuff, man. I love mango, and that combination together, unbelievable stuff. Go check it out as well. So go find your new favorite flavor of 5 Hour Energy shots. Check it out, available online at 5hourenergy.com or, of course, at Amazon. 5 Hour Energy. Get one today. We'll get to the details of the Duke game as well as our weekend whip around in just a second. But man, critically, on Thursday afternoon, the ACC announced tip times for the ACC tournament. It's kind of nice because all four of the top four seeds are already locked in, so they could start sending out the bracket. We obviously don't know yet the opponent because literally everybody else still has to get that figured out, and that won't happen until Saturday when all the games are played. We know what seed it'll be because Carolina is now the 4 seed, again, thanks to Miami's win on Wednesday night. That locks it in. So Duke 1, Virginia 2, Miami 3, Carolina 4. Carolina will either play the 5 seed, the 12 seed, or the 13. 12 will play 13 on Tuesday. That winner will play number 5 seed on Wednesday, and Carolina will play that winner on Thursday. The most likely opponent is Clemson. All Clemson needs to do to lock up the 5 seed is beat Georgia Tech at home on Saturday. If that happens, they're the 5. And so that's the most likely opponent for Thursday. Now, here's what you need to know. Get ready, everybody, because it is a scheduled 9:30 tip time Eastern for next Thursday night there in Charlotte. And it's the second game of that session. Duke will be playing the winner of the 8-9 game right before that at 7. And so probably 9:30 isn't even realistic. I would just, depending on, please don't go to overtime, Duke. Just take care of business. That's all we ask. Or let the other team take care of Duke easily. And so 9:30 is the scheduled time. We'll see when it actually tips. It's going to be late. I promise you, though, we're going to go live after it. I don't care how late it is. My commitment to you. Should Carolina win in the quarterfinals on Thursday after their double bye, they would play again in the semifinals on Friday. Same time, another 9:30 tip. And then the championship game is scheduled for Saturday, Selection Sunday Eve at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So stay tuned for that. So there you go. ACC tournament tip times. And there you go. But first, we got to get this Duke game in. Carolina at Duke tomorrow, Saturday, March 7th. Game day, of course, will be there at Hansbrough Indoor Stadium in Durham. Tip is scheduled for 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I haven't looked ahead yet what game is right before this one, but hopefully they've cleared out some space before. I think that's what ESPN has been doing lately, is creating a little bit of a buffer right before that 6:30 tip. So that should put this in great shape. No FanDuel line as of yet, but man, you guys, these spreads are bigger than I even thought they would be. Right now, Ken Palm has Duke -16. Torvik has Duke -15. And I get it, man. They've been torching everybody. It's like Carolina woke up a sleeping giant when they beat them, because since Carolina won, Duke is 7-0, and here are their margins of victory: 16, 13. All right, that's nice. 37, 5. That was the Michigan game, who, you're beating number one. So understandably that's closer. But the last 3 games, 44, 26, and 29. They've won each of their last 3 by 26 or more points. But that goes back to, I'm like, so are you overlooking Carolina, or are you locked in because the Tar Heels beat you? I'm very curious to see. Right now, Duke is number 1 everywhere. Number 1 in the net, number 1 in the AP poll, number 1 at KenPom, number 1 at Torvik. You look, they're number 1. This is the quad one-iest of all the quad one opportunities, because the Blue Devils are number 1. But can I let you in on a little secret? Shh, don't tell anybody. Do you know who holds the NCAA record for the most wins over the AP number 1 team? The fact that I'm even asking you the question probably reveals the answer for you. It is the North Carolina Tar Heels, who have a NCAA record 14 wins over AP number 1. Oh, and would you like to know something else about that? Of those 14 wins against AP number 1, 8 of them are against the Duke Blue Devils. So, maybe that's not relevant to tomorrow night, but it ain't not relevant either. So let's go make it 15 over number 1. That said, it's time to make a prediction on this game. I would love to pick the Tar Heels. This is a head and heart moment. On that crossover with JJ Jackson, my head pick was Duke 83, Carolina 73. I don't like it, but that's the head pick, right? It makes sense. But my heart pick, you ready for the heart pick? Caleb Wilson plays in this game. Carolina gets the last possession down 85-86. You get up a shot from Seth Trimble, whomever it is. It misses. Caleb Wilson tip dunk, just barely beating the buzzer for Carolina to win 87-86. Huh? That's my heart pick. I like that one a lot better. Also, some good juju for tomorrow. Get this. It's my daughter's 7th birthday party. Her birthday's actually Sunday, but we're having her birthday party Saturday morning. That's got to be good juju, right? Come on with it. Let's go. All right. Weekend whip around time. Let's get after it. Women's basketball. The Tar Heels are starting their ACC tournament journey today. They come in 16th in the nation. They finished the regular season 25-6, 14-4 in ACC play. So they play tonight, 7:30 Eastern. Same thing. It's the second game of the second session, so it could be later. They're playing the winner of number 6 Virginia Tech, number 11 Georgia Tech. So we'll see who came out of that. Carolina beat both of those teams on the road in the regular season, so should be able to do it again. But you got to go win. Good luck, ladies. Go get it. Baseball opens their ACC play this weekend at home at the Bosch against the Virginia Cavaliers. All 3 games are on ACC Network. The fellas come in 12-1-1 overall, 8th in the nation. Friday is first pitch at 4, Saturday 2, and Sunday 1. Again, all on ACC Network Extra. Softball, they come in 18-1 overall, 2-1 in ACC play, ranked 29th in the country. They're 4th in others receiving votes. They are also hosting the Cavaliers of Virginia, but these Cavs, the softball Cavs, are ranked number 16 in the nation. So a great opportunity at home for the ladies. All also on ACC Network Extra. Friday at 6, Saturday at 1, and Sunday first pitch is at noon. Both tennis teams were in action on Thursday. The women against UNC Greensboro blanked them 4-0, so they are 3rd in the nation, move now to 15-1 overall, 3-0 in ACC play. The men were in action in Charlotte against Boston College on Thursday. Blanked them, shutout 7-0. Not sure why they went all the way to 7, maybe for ACC standings to get more reps in. So the men now move to 9-4 overall, 2-1 in ACC play. They're ranked 57th in the nation. The rankings in tennis go way on out. They play again Sunday in Dallas at SMU, 1 p.m. Lacrosse teams, the men are 5-1, ranked 6th in the nation. They are hosting Brown tomorrow, Saturday, 1:30 Eastern on ACC Network Extra. The ladies are now 6-0 on the season, 4-0 in ACC play. Number 1 in the nation on Wednesday. They went to Clemson, number 11 in the nation, and beat them 12-9. Great stuff there. Now the ladies host Pitt tomorrow, 11 a.m. on ACC Network Extra. Wrestling, ACC championships up in Blacksburg at Virginia Tech on Sunday. The fellas are in the ACC championships there. We'll see how that goes. Men's golf comes in 17th in the nation. They've got the John Haidt Collegiate Invitational down in Florida this weekend at Sawgrass Country Club. That's Saturday through Monday. Women's golf ranked 14th in the nation. They're down in Gainesville, Florida for the Florida Gators Invitational Friday through Sunday. Gymnastics going out of conference number 13, Minnesota tonight, 6:45 Eastern on ACC Network Extra. Swimming and diving zone championships in Athens, Georgia at UGA. That is this Sunday through Wednesday. And then fencing has their regionals in Philadelphia Saturday. It's at Haverford University. So a lot of action going on this weekend around Carolina athletics. That's part of what makes it such a great day to be a Tar Heel. All right, you guys, thanks for being with me here on a Friday. Can't wait to find out, is Caleb going to play in this game or not? And how's Carolina going to do? Again, house money, just us. Go in, play free, get you a dub. We will be live tomorrow night after the game. Make plans to tune in with us. If you haven't subscribed to Locked On Tar Heels on YouTube, do that. Hit that bell notification so that as soon as we go live, you get notified and you can tap in. Also, I've started asking people, if you aren't subscribed on an audio platform, would you do that? All those extra downloads really, truly help in a massive way. And I'd be honored if you would take that extra step as well. You guys, if you haven't subscribed to the Locked On Tar Heels Discord, man, that's a great place to be. It's a happening community chat going on all the time. And if you want to check out the Everydayers Club, that link's in the show notes as well. It's always a great day to be a Tar Heel. We'll talk again tomorrow after the game. But until then, peace.